My decision to choose a PhD program was based on three things. One, the faculty, the students, and the location. And Georgia Tech offered the best of all three. So there were very productive professors, the students were great, very collaborative, very nice. It was a place I felt I wanted to be. And of course, Atlanta. So that was really the three things that Georgia Tech offered me in contrast to several of the other programs that I was considering. Prior to joining Scheller, I was in industry. I spent quite a bit of time in industry. Actually, my last role, I was a manager in a Fortune 50 multinational corporation. And what I found was I was spending more time asking myself, why? Why are the employees behaving this way? Why are my colleagues this way? And I didn't actually have the time to really get deep into those questions that I was asking myself. So I felt it was a different pursuit that I desired at that point versus the day-to-day problem solving and just focusing on getting things done, the nuts and bolts of getting things done without a great focus on why my team members, why my subordinates, why my peers were experiencing the challenges or not performing. Some were performing, some happy, some not happy. And a career in a PhD program allows you to really consider the why in a deeper way, and a PhD in organizational behavior actually allows me to truly combine my industry experience with my desire to understand human behavior. So that was what I chose, and at this point in time, I'm really enjoying it. Ph.D. Project is a nonprofit organization that supports minorities interested in getting a Ph.D. in management. I was referred to this program as a way to help me do the due diligence to understand what is a Ph.D., what will it take to get a Ph.D. And through that process is how I came in contact with Georgia Tech. Because not only do they offer opportunities, and again, it's really targeted toward African Americans, Native Americans, and Hispanics. And at that conference, they bring in schools from around the world that actually participate in somewhat of a job fair. And it was at this conference that I actually had the opportunity to meet the faculty or representative from Georgia Tech. And one of the things I found during that conversation was that the Georgia Tech representative was very candid. Not only did she tell me information about Georgia Tech, but she also gave me more perspective on what a PhD program was about, the type of opportunities or questions or criteria I should be considering at any program. So I found the candor and the transparency that that representative offered me. It gave me the appeal to pause and take a greater look at Georgia Tech, because I wondered, is everyone at Georgia Tech like this? Because I wasn't getting that type of experience as I toured all the tables. So the PhD project helped me not only to better understand what I was getting into, and I would say it condensed my research of a PhD program from perhaps a year or so into a couple of days, because the information that you get there is quite comprehensive. And then again, the number of different schools that I was able to connect with in one venue also saved and helped me to manage the process a bit better. Today I'm still involved in the PhD project beyond my initial introduction in 2014 as a member of the PhD project, which is basically a network of scholars, both PhDs and prior graduates, and I am actually a mentor in the program. So now I have the opportunity to give back to those that are in the earlier stages of their program, not only about recruiting, but helping them understand what the PhD challenges they may have in their first, second, third year. So we have mentoring initiatives, we have committees, so I'm also part of the service committee, whereas we actually present and develop presentations to be conducted at the broader Academy of Management conference that occurs. So each year, we continue to have this collaboration and this networking and developmental opportunities based on each year of the program. So my needs and challenges and learning is different from when I started in 2014, and each year I move along with my cohort. So I have a cohort here at Georgia Tech, I have a cohort of fellow PhD students at the PhD project that each year we're together doing development opportunities and continue to build our network of scholars and collaborations for future research. One of the myths about a PhD program is that you need to have research. You need to be a researcher before you join, or you need to know which topic, or you need to have a certain level of experience to start a PhD program. As I said, prior to joining the program, I was in industry. I had no research experience. I didn't have a thesis. I didn't have a particular research topic. And actually, that was what I really enjoyed about Georgia Tech, because they shepherded me through that process. They gave me the mentoring, the support to help me evolve as a researcher. So the myths about what's required before you start a PhD program, they were not relevant here at Georgia Tech. Georgia Tech offered me a unique experience for me to develop as a scholar without prior research experience, But I feel very comfortable with what I've gained thus far and very well positioned to go on into academia as a very strong scholar. Very good foundation that I've received at Georgia Tech, irrespective to where I started, which was no experience.